Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Delightful Creations. I'm Amber, and today I'm back with a viewer requested video for my book page pockets that I used in my Dreamy Autumn journal by the lovely Candy. So this here is the book that I used, and I'm going to give you a quick dimension of the pages. It's about 9.75 by 8.5, and those are just the pages that I chose to use. You can use this book page fold tutorial with whatever page you have, but the bigger the page, the bigger your pockets are going to be. So these are the prototypes. One of them is an actual pocket and the other one is a flip out. So they're basically the same starting point. So whatever book page you have on the picture that is down on your surface is what is going to be up on your pocket. So this is a really pretty tree here, and I'd kind of like to be able to see that, so I'm just going to flip this over. Now that being said, this ripped edge then needs to be my outside pocket, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that down before I fold so that my fold is somewhat more equal and I won't have that tattered edge as my outside. Sometimes that doesn't bother me, so other times it does. So this is going to be my outside, so that means that it's going to be opposite of what these pages are, which is fine. It's not a big deal. So I'm going to take my left hand side, I'm going to fold that in. That's going to be my inner pocket. And I'm doing the easy page first. I'm just lining up the top and the bottom, and then I'm going to come over here and add this pocket, or this flap on top, and I'm going to squish. That is the appropriate term here. And all I'm doing is lining up the top and the bottom of the outside pocket here, and I'm just pressing down. It's okay if it's a little bit off. I can always adjust it. That's why I love book page, because there's so much you can do. Okay, so now I've got this tree. It's not quite centered, but it still looks cute. And then on the inside, you can see now maybe how much space there is. There's a pretty big gap there. So I can pull this in even more and line it up and then squish it back out. So I'm just going to line it up just a little bit better, because I really want you guys to see that it's okay if you mess up, which, I mean, I wouldn't have, if I was making this off camera, I wouldn't have fixed that. I would have just left it. Okay, so now we're going to open up our flaps. We're going to take our two outside flaps and we're going to corner fold them down right next to the fold line, not on top, not over, next to. And this will give us a big opening. So if you don't want that big of an opening here, that long of a line, then don't fold your pocket down that far. Make it a little one. Your flap. I'm sorry, let me get my words right. Your flap. Okay, we got our two flaps. So inside, outside. Oh, that's a bummer. I forgot. We have to flip up. You're not going to see this tree or much of the tree. Anyways, you're going to grab all the pages together and you're going to fold it up however high up or deep you want your bottom pocket. So you can go all the way up to this fold line if you wanted to. You can come all the way down here at the bottom. I go right about in the middle. I'm going to come right to these text box lines here, just a little bit above it, and I'm going to fold. Yeah, totally didn't matter which. I thought you might see that pretty tree. You would have if it was the flip up pocket, perhaps. Okay, so that's what we got, right? You could totally just glue that just like that. You have a pocket here, and a pocket here. I don't like all this extra bulk in here, so we're going to open this one up, and we're going to find out that we need to cut that flap out. So we're going to open it up. We're going to cut this flap out. I tried to make this as easy as I possibly could. There's 3 flaps on the bottom. There's 3 lines, 3 little rectangles. It's kind of like making an envelope, and we're just going to cut across. Oops, you can't see anything. This line right here. Really fun, really easy. Try not to stress. And now we're going to glue down our corners. And if you don't want this much bulk on your corners, which this page is about a medium strength, you can cut the bulk out by here. I'll just show you. You totally just, I like to leave about 1/2 inch, so a little flap there, and just cut that off, and then we don't have that bulk, right? So, and you can just glue down this little flap, and that's just to strengthen that pocket. You totally could just cut that whole thing off if you like weaker flaps. I particularly don't. So that one goes in, this one goes over, and this one is going to go up. Our pretty little tree is now gone. So if I were going to actually use this in a journal, I would have left it as a big tuxedo pocket like this so I could see that tree. However, we're going to go ahead, and I like stronger pockets. You can totally cut out this flap as well on the outside. I don't, because I like it stronger. So I'm just going to glue this down to this one. Now, if you are going to sew Do not glue yet. You'll need to take this to your sewing machine and you need to sew along this flap right here, this top corner, okay? I'm not sewing for the video, but you would sew that and then you would glue this after, okay? This is now my pocket. I also like to make the pocket on the bottom be a little stronger, so I folded up about 1/4 inch, and that was a little crooked. 1/4 inch or so, just so that when I'm sticking things in and out of this pocket on this, it's a little stronger. So I'm going to glue that down, and then I'm just going to regularly add a little glue along the edge, and we have our pocket. Okay, so we have just made this pocket right here. Same way. Okay. So pocket, pocket, pocket. That's why you would sew. If you're going to sew, it's just so you just go down right about, I would go to probably here where the ink is. I didn't use all my ink on the inside. And then you'll have it look like it's sewed shut. So we'll have this sewed, this here, all the way down. Okay, perfect, easy. Next page is a little bit trickier, but not by very much. And that's because it's just going to be a flip out. So actually we got a little bit less gluing, which is this one here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut my flap off. If this is going to be on the inside, I normally don't do that, like I said, but for this video I am, just so that you can see a nice, clean, straight edge. So this one doesn't matter. It's all black and textured. So we're going to go same thing. Oop, left side in. This one does say roses. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. That's what we'll see on our... Oh, no, we won't, because we're going to fold that corner down. Never mind. I get excited about things and then, you know, just didn't work. But same thing, try fold, line it up best you can, give it a squish. That's okay. Push this top flap over where it came out when I squished it. See, line it up. Super easy. Try not to think about it too much. We're gonna fold down our corners into the line, not over the line, right next to. There we go. Fold it over to the line, but not next to. And then this is where the fun of the versatility comes in with this particular pocket. Okay, so we're going to go like that. Again, we get to fold up our flap. We get to decide how high up we want this to go. I'm going to go right about here. That's just kind of where I like it. There, basically done. I'm going to go and open these back up. I'm going to glue these two triangle flaps down. I'm not going to cut them off this time. Trying to make it as easy as possible for you guys. More glue on that edge. And this is just fun, something fun I literally just made up. I didn't watch a tutorial on it. I just took my book page and was like, now what can I do with this? And I'm sure other people have already like made this. Maybe it was from the October challenge. So you can see, maybe you can't. There's a little bit of room right here. So I could fold this over even more if I wanted to. If you wanted it to be like exactly lined up for your pocket edge, you totally can do that. You can spend the time to make it how you want, okay? And then that one goes over and this one goes up. Now we got to get rid of one of these flaps if you want to do the pocket the way I did. Again, a lot of variation here. So we're going to cut up these two middle flaps, these two lines here on the bottom. And I am shaking because I had too much coffee this morning. All right, now this is my middle flap. This piece normally I cut off, okay? It's normally, it does say that one, all right? But on this one, this pocket was shorter, that's why. So you don't listen to that. So on this one, we're gonna cut the middle out if you want to do it the same way, right? So you're gonna cut that middle flap out. I'm just showing you for now. And then this one is going to be folded up. Okay, so 3 flaps again, right? So 3 flaps. You can cut the middle out, off, and then you're left with this. You're going to fold your page in. This is my inside flap. I'm going to fold this up. And then I have a tuck and a pocket. So I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a little extra strength on this pocket. I just tore the edge of that book page. So I mean, like I said, it doesn't hurt to have a little extra strength, all right? And then I would fold that up. I'm gonna do the same thing on this one, but this is my outside flap. I'm gonna fold this up, just give me a little extra strength. You don't have to do that. And then this flap over here will be my writing flap. You would add your copy dyed page to here and cut it off. This one will be glued down. And then this will be your flip out. You can totally do it the other way. You can have this one be glued down and this one be covered with copy dyed paper, and this can be your flip out. All right, so there's a little bit of wiggle room. I thought of something else really cool. We can totally just glue this down. Don't cut this flap off. You would glue this on your page. You would glue this down. You would leave both of these open. So you would have copy dyed paper here, and a pocket in the middle. So this will become a pocket. I got my inker right here. So there's a lot of fun that you can have making this style of pocket. So if you're going to take this to your sewing machine and do it like I did, this will be glued down. Okay, so you're going to sew this flap here like this. You're going to sew this edge all the way down, all the way over, and all the way up. That's what I did. Okay, and then you can take this page, your outside flap. You're going to have your copy dyed paper on here. So then you're going to sew. I sew it with the front. So I would sew down, across, and up, and then I would finally glue. You can also sew it because you don't want to sew this flap to here, so you don't want to sew it together. That's why I do it separate. It does waste a little bit of ink. You could totally fold this in and then sew down, over, across, diagonal. But then if you do that, you're going to sew this flap shut. So just sew with your flaps open. Okay, it's a lot easier to glue. And so that's kind of what my little take is on the variation of this book page pocket. I hope that clears some folding and cutting up for you. Hopefully I didn't confuse you more. And yeah, I just try to keep it as simple as possible. We have a trifold and we fold the bottom up. That's it. You can get as fancy as you want to after that. So this one, trifold, look, it's the same thing. It's a trifold, bottom folded up, but I made it be a flip out. That's the basic construction. So thanks so much everybody for stopping by my channel. I hope this inspires you to go have some book page pocket fun today. We'll talk to y'all really soon. Bye everyone.